A poster recently released by the United Kingdom's Labour Party argues that if the United Kingdom's left wing doesn't galvanize under a single party, theirs, then the Conservative Tories will slide in to take another win for the next several years. Now, that brings us to today's question. Will the United Kingdom's Labour Party prevail in the upcoming United Kingdom parliamentary elections? And the answer that I'm going to give today is no. There are just too many obstacles standing in the way of a Labour victory this year. And these divide really into two main parts. The first is the division within England's Liberal wing, as the poster pointed out, and the second is the continued uncertainty in the wake of the Scottish independence movement. So first let's talk about the division amongst the United Kingdom's Liberal wing. As a Durham University professor, David Byrne, wrote on April 24, 2015, northeastern England has long been the liberal stronghold for England and has long been a source of strength for the Labour Party. However, as the dynamic has changed in northeastern England, so has its politics. As Professor Byrne points out, this northeastern region in a post-industrial England is becoming more suburban. There are fewer blue-collar workers that are concerned about the labor movement, and instead, suburban families have been moving in to take over the area. Now, these families still consider themselves to be liberal and to be on the left's wing of politics, but they're more concerned about environmental issues and so vote for the Green Party, or are concerned about social issues and so they vote for the Social Democrats. Now, this splits the liberal vote down between the three parties, which doesn't bode well for an election victory against the united Conservative Tories. In addition, the Financial Times United Kingdom reported April 17, 2015, that there's been no significant poll changes over the last 5 years. The Conservative Tories have controlled Parliament all of that time, and if the polls are any indication, that's not going to be changing anytime soon. So, unlike the United States, which has a core conservative party, the Republicans, and liberal party, the Democrats, the United Kingdom is struggling with third parties that are splitting that liberal vote. So now that we have a deeper understanding of the problems within the liberal wing that the Labour Party has to face as they're losing their legitimacy in a new paradigm in England, we'll now talk about some of the problems with the dissent in Scotland. As the Washington Post reported April 15, 2015, Scottish nationalism is still on the rise, even in the wake of the failed resolution for independence last year. Now, this rise in Scottish nationalism has brought about some big insecurities for the Labour Party. In fact, as The Guardian reported April 24, 2015, Scotland, like Northeast England, has long been an industrial centre and therefore a stronghold for the Labour Party within politics. Just like the United States, blue-collar workers and those that are otherwise impoverished tend to vote on the left side of the ticket and voted for Labour causes for their representation in London. However, now that the Scottish feel that they have a better chance of being heard from a more nationalist perspective, the new party, the Scottish Nationalist Party, is challenging Labour supremacy in the area. In fact, as was reported by The Guardian on April 24, 2015, the Labour Party could lose up to 20 seats just this election cycle, just in Scotland alone, due to this problem and this change in paradigm. So now, as we've talked about today, the Labour Party within England and within the United Kingdom is really struggling right now, as Britain's left is changing their focus away from Labour-focused issues to environmentalism and social justice, as well as the split in the vote in Scotland that's coming from the rise of the Scottish Nationalist Party. Now, between these two problems, we're seeing that the Labour Party, just as their poster in the beginning suggested, is having trouble galvanizing Britain's left into one solid movement, and allowing the Tories, which may even be a minority, to swing in and win the elections as they've been able to do for the last 5 years. In fact, the BBC reported just today, May 1st, 2015, that the Tories currently have a 6-point lead in the polls leading up to the election. So to answer our question from the beginning, will the Labour Party prevail in the elections this year in Parliament in the United Kingdom? Unfortunately, no.